Hi guys, Selves Models here. As you probably recognise by the description of the video, this video is all about making a paint rack for Vallejo paints or Reaper paints. As you can probably see by my desk, I'll just pan around a bit. It looks a little bit tidy now. A little bit more room for me to play around with. No doubt it'll get more messy again. And with this video, it wasn't a planned video. It was a totally off the spur thing. I was halfway through making it and I realised, oh shit, never know, some of you might find it a little bit interesting and give you some ideas. So I apologise for the bad quality or it's a bit I repeat myself a few times, but the video wasn't planned at all, to be honest guys, and so I just grabbed my camera when I was doing it and we'd take it from there. So at the end of the vid I'll come back and I'll show you the end result of what I've done. So I hope you enjoy it and you pick up something off it, and I'll show you the final product afterwards. Cheers guys! So guys, this is my my new paint rack from my Vallejo paints. As you can see, it's made of MDF, 6mm thick, so I wanted it nice and thin. I didn't want to take up too much room because I'm obviously limited to room. So what I've done, marked it all out, and obviously in between the lines there's a 6mm gap which has been routed out, and put the paint in between there very nicely and it fits perfect. So from this section to this section, which is only about about 10¼ inches, and this actually holds each row 10 paints, so you can have it as high as low as you want. So basically I've done it roughly about 800mm, but it's roughly about 23 inches, and obviously it holds 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250 paints all together for just that space, which is just over 10 inches, which is nothing, to be honest guys. So that's a hell of a lot of paint for a small piece of MDF. I picked this up at my local hardware store in UK purposes, B&Q. The MDF itself was twice as big as this, only came to about £8.50. So obviously the hardest part is having a as I show, a router. And if you haven't got a router, all you married men, that just indicates to me that you spend too much paint in your models and not enough DIY in the house. So obviously you can see I got 6mm bit here, and what's going to happen, this section to here, it's going to be the back piece, and these two sections by here are going to be the side pieces. So when it's going to route it out, it's going to be about that much with just the top sticking out. So it's going to look really nice, so there's no problem for me just to pull the paint out and pull it back in nice and tidy. But yeah, hopefully it should work nice, and obviously then I'll glue the edges up. I don't know if I'm going to pin it or screw it. I'll probably just clamp it and glue it because there's really not much strength, and obviously because I've routed out the insides where the shelves are going to slot in and be glued in as well, when it's all glued up I don't think it ain't going to go anywhere. So obviously next time you'll see this now, I'll probably cut up into the sections, and I'll probably cut a few shelves, and I'll take it from there, guys. Just for purposes, if nobody's ever used to a router, this is just a quick tip how to do straight lines. I've been fortunate enough because I was a joiner by trade, and so I know how to use a router basically. So basically, when you mark your lines up, etc., with the router piece by here, there's a gap from here to here, and obviously you need to position that first, then mark this area so you know exactly where your straight line is going to be. So argument's sake, is this line I need to route it out in between. So I know from the distance from there, from the centre of that router piece to the edge of that, 60 mil. So I've marked 60 mil up from the centre line, from here to up there, and what I've done, got a straight edge by here and two clamps to clamp the straight edge in place. So furthermore, I'll show you quick how I do this route of the straight line. And there you go, that's how to route out a perfectly straight line exactly where I want it. Obviously the first line you do at the bottom, it's going to be a little bit tricky. It might be a mil out, 2 mil out, because you're working with such fine detail. So obviously the first one you can always slightly adjust it, then get it exactly right for the rest of them. So it's nice and easy. What to do next, you just undo your clamps and just slide it up, because I pre-marked it already to the 6 mil, 60 mil mark I've done. And push it back here. Squeeze the clamps into place. Just double check it all lines up. Once more, here we go. I don't know if the camera can pick this up. As you can see, I just slightly cut a little bit too big, but it was just because I was rushing. Obviously the camera is not in the best angles in my way. So I'm going to finish working this out, and I'm going to chop it all up where what I need it to be, and we'll get back to it then, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. So you can see some of it's done already, and let me tilt this camera up. Obviously starts from there to there. I did have one little issue with this at the moment. When I routed it out with the lines, I noticed that this section by here is matching up nice, but this section for some reason wasn't matching up the centre pieces, and I made a little bit of a mistake there. So what you should do basically, instead of what I do, is if that's your board, what I done, marked up all the lines going across, and then I added those two sections by there where the edge pieces, so in theory it would have gone straight across and it should be matched up tidy. But what I should have done is, the board is
like so, marked all the lines going across, and obviously routed it out. But then obviously, because I routed out the side of it, was to take a section from that side and then the section from that side, so when those two are tilted up they should line all in perfect. So that was the mistake. I should have done it that way, but I done it that way, and that was the mistake. Another thing as well with this MDF, because it's only 6mm, extremely bendy and flexible, and obviously because it's so thin, there's not much you can screw or anything like that on into MDF. So what I done, at the bottom and the top, I put another section which was a thicker piece of MDF, and I screwed it from the back, and the two side pieces I screwed it in just to hold it together. And what I done then, because it was still extremely bendy and flexible, I glued in about 3 or 4 sections in place. Then on the side I pinned them with some really fine pins just to hold it in place. Then overnight I let the glue dry off completely, and now it's nice and solid and rigid. Another thing guys, if you are going to try to go with this, obviously 6mm MDF, I used a 6mm router bit, and still for some strange reason these don't start into place properly. So each section now I've had to slightly harass each side off. So in theory, as you can see, they slot into place very, very nicely. And as I said before, each section holds 10 paints. So for such a small shelving unit, you know, you don't want it too wide, just because the MDF might sag in the middle. But then again, it shouldn't really sag that much, because obviously you've got paints in between them which are gonna hold the MDF up to keep it straight. So there shouldn't be a problem with that. But with this, it's glued into place and it's very, very solid. With that, can actually, I presume, you could actually make twice as wide if you wanted to, and still won't have any problems with the paints. If I got a spare paint by here, I'll show you. Nice and tidy. The gap in between, I've added an extra mil just in case I made a personal little mistake. And also the last thing I want is trying to put a paint in and it's too tight and it won't fit in. So there you go guys. Chuck these in for experimental purposes. Sorry for that was just my drill falling. So as you can see, totally fit, really nice and tight. Only downside of this shelf is, mind you, I need more paints to fill it. So probably the next time you'll see us is when it's all sanded down and painted up and hung up on the wall, and probably only a fraction full. So hope you've learned something from this vid, and it's goodbye from me, and boys, goodbye from them. So that was my brief and quick video of how I made my painting rack for my Vallejo paints. So I hope that's encouraged some of you out there to actually have a go at making your own. And if any of you do make your own, make a video, put in my do a video response, or please put a comment in it and saying that I watched your video and I've had a go at doing one myself, and if it was a success or a fail, just let me know. I'd be very curious if a few of you do end up having a go at making one of them, and I'd be quite happy if I've managed to help anybody out making one of them, because custom made paint racks are very expensive, so for the sake of practically say £9, it's well worth the investment, if I do say so myself. So furthermore, let's have a look at it. Let me stop me whinging. So here it is, guys. Only things fits new obviously is my Vallejo paint. So obviously for this section down to here are my Model A colours, then which obviously got the black tops, and I've coloured the fronts as I usually do anyway. Then up by here are my the grey tops are the game colours, and then the white tops are the model colours, the model series. I double check what colours actually are. Yeah, the model colour. So as you can see, it keeps on going up and up and up and up, and obviously painted the same colour as the wall to keep the wifey happy. So that's what it is, guys. For the sake of practically nearly £9 and your time, it's well worth the investment. Obviously if you haven't got a router, you're a little bit screwed, but see if any of your friends have got one, or your friend's father have got one, or sometimes you can buy the MDF and mark it up yourself, and possibly you can take it to a joinery or possibly a carpenter. I've got one, and can router it out. They can probably charge you to router it out, and then you can cut it up and assemble it yourself. So that might be another option if you haven't got a router, guys. So that's about it for me at the moment. I'm still going to start working on some more elder, which are by here, and some more extra bits down by here, and that's what I'm starting doing this weekend for more of the elder commission. So that's it, guys. I hope I've helped anybody out and you've enjoyed this vid. Hopefully stay tuned to my my next vids. Cheers, guys.